Okay guys, so can we agree that Konami has Sky Striker bias when they made this card? Like how this card went through quality control, I seriously do not know. So this card's part of Greed, Allure Darkness. You can activate both effects on the same turn. It's a quick play spell that you can activate in the draw phase to play around Drone Lockbird. It baits hand traps, and if both effects resolve, you automatically have 3 spells from grave, so your engages, all your Sky Striker cards have the bonus effect automatically. Yeah, like Konami just loves Sky Striker Ace Ray, I guess. 7 years of Ray, baby. Hello everyone, it's me, Duron from Purple Haze team, and today I'm going to present to you guys my Sky Striker deck profile post Doom of Dimensions. Sky Striker is one of those decks that's been going in and out of the format through the multiple years, has been legal since back it was released in Arc Saviors. When it was meta relevant for the couple of years, it was full power without being hit on the ban list. And even though through the entirety of the years, the Sky Striker engine has been very much used in other decks, even after Striker was heavily hit on the ban list. But still, now we're into the point in 2025 where Sky Striker can be played in a meta where it's well positioned. Sky Striker has really good matchups against the best decks currently in the meta. At the same time, Sky Striker has been proven itself as one of the best, if not the best board breaking deck Yu-Gi-Oh has ever witnessed so far. So Sky Striker at the current moment got decent support through the means of Sky Striker A0, Sky Striker Mobilized Lemnis Gate as well, and indirect support through the MST deck that was released in Doom of Dimensions. But one of those cards is actually really good in the deck, making it really resilient on the grind game, huge draw power, at the same time play around Drone Lockbird, which it's pretty much the FTK card of this deck. So let's go ahead and start with the deck profile. So for only monsters, you only need Ray and Rose. You do not need hand traps on this deck whatsoever. The benefit of not playing hand traps in the deck, the K9 cards are not your nightmare. The only way it could be your nightmare if you activate a Ray effect on Grave to revive itself, but you can sometimes play around that and not activate the K9 cards on those certain matchups. But this is the standard ratios. You don't need more than 1 Rose. You only need 1. I do understand that sometimes you don't want to remove it out of your deck with Pot of Desires, but if you remove Rose out of your Pot of Desires, not at the end of the world. I understand that the second effect of 0 to pop a card is really relevant, but at the same time, it's not game losable if you remove the Rose with Desires. At the same time, you do not want to see Rose. Rose is probably the worst striker card in the entire deck, but you still need to play it because it's a light attribute you need for the attack boosting linkage. And it has been games where I do not have a 0 engrave because I shuffled all of them back with Lemnis Gate, and I needed that attack boost, and well, zero not being there, Rose is a good substitute. So, and at the same time, many people forget Rose's secret effect, that if opponent's monster in the extra monster zone destroyed by battle leaves the field while of your card effect while this is engraved, you can summon it back and negate one of the effects of a monster your opponent controls on the end of the turn without targeting. So that's really strong effect. It's situations where you can do 0 and pop a Yuumi. It's specifically on the Yuumi matchup where they will summon something in the extra monster zone with 0 effect, or at the same time with a Seek effect, you can summon it with Lemnis Gate during your opponent's turn. In a situation where they would revive a Yuumi card. So if you do it properly, you'll be able to summon Rose on the same chain link a Yuumi would activate on summon. So you can summon back the Rose on a superior chain link, a chain link 2, because it's in your opponent's turn. You want to do this. So Rose would trigger since it's their turn, so they have turn priority. So the Yuumi effect and then the Rose, and then you'll be able to negate stuff. So that's really decent on the Yuumi matchup. 1 Rhoda, it's pretty much another copy of Ray, and it's a free spell you can just send to grave. For the Sky Striker cards, triple engage, 1 Lemnis Gate, 1 Eagle Booster. Eagle Booster has proven itself that it's actually not bad on the current format. There's a bunch of hand traps, there's a bunch of monster negates, or any type of pop effect being Mitsurugi, being Lunalight, Jummy as well. So just having the access for Eagle Booster for those type of interruptions is really nice to have. It's not like a searchable card you're always gonna search with Engage, but if you do draw it, it's not bad. And there's been scenarios where this has been very clutch. Triple Widow Anchor, triple linkage. As you may know, Ray by itself now, it's a full OTK thanks to Zero, because Zero can search Lemnis Gate from the deck. And as well, having both Ray and linkage, it's a 2-card OTK. So this card is bonkers. Honestly, this probably the second best support card out of Sky Striker has ever received besides Zero. So you have to play this as a triumph. The new MST card being Magnifying Storm Psytrance. This card it's a custom card. So many people say that's just Allure of Darkness for Sky Striker or for the MST archetype, but like, come on, man. Draw 2 and discard a Magnifist Storm card or a quick play spell as a cost? Like, are you serious? The fact that you just draw 2 and then you get to discard any quick play. It can be any Sky Striker card. It can be Forbidden Droplet. It can be your Call by the Grave. Like, or it can even be MSC, because as well the spell is able to search MSC out of the deck, or add it back to your hand from the grave. So it has recursion as well. The fact that it's able to do that, it's honestly insane. And it's a quick play. You can do this on the draw phase to dodge draw. At the same time, if you drew 2 copies of this, you can activate both, because it's not hard once per turn per copy. It's just the effect. So you're able to activate to draw this card, and you're able to draw, search MST. So in a nutshell, if you draw 2 copies of this on the draw phase, you get 3 spells of grave automatically for your engage, which it's amazing. And also, this is the best hand trap bait ever. If you have this and Trust, it's a guaranteed engage if they ash this. So that's really good. And also MST, I'm playing it since you're able to search with this, and at the same time, you have the accessibility to just pop any spell and trap your opponent controls. It's really good on the format, so come on, it's a searchable MST card. Why would you not play it? 3 Forbidden Droplet helps break boards, broken. 3 Thrust helps you search, literally engage. Or if you need talents to see their hand or draw cards, Regeki to break their boards. Also for Harpy's Feather Duster in the main, because I do believe that we have to respect any type of aggro deck, even though they're not maybe relevant. However, Jummy likes to set a spell and traps. Lunalight able to just get rid of their back row is really huge, against also as well for Mitsurugi, for the I already said Lunalight, sorry. I meant to say for Draco Tail. So just having those type of cards is really, really good. The 1 copy of Motaro, this just helps really good in the great game of Striker. And also if you have a death spell going first, because you want to go first with this deck, because you want to guarantee to not auto lose on the spot because of Lunalight. If Lunalight was not in format, I would gladly go blind second. But the main issue is with Lunalight, if you face a Lunalight on game 1, it's over. You don't have an out for Liger Dancer besides the Black Gold Laughs. And if you're able to summon a Kagari with over 3000 attack with like 14 spells engraved with linkage, or if you're able to climb for access code, that's literally the only out you're able to have for Liger Dancer. By the way, for just 1, not 2. So something to keep in mind of. So Montero just a really good card for the grind, and if you have a dead spell, like, or even if you hard drew the Black Goat, you can just set it and send it with Montero and you're gaming. 3 Upsword, 3 Desires, free spells to activate, free drop hour. Like, it's illegal not to play these cards. Terra for Chicken Game. Chicken Game, believe it or not, even though your opponent might get to draw a card, it's no biggie. Especially since if you resolve multiple Upstart Goblins, your opponent might consider to just destroy it instead, because if they're able to set up an OTK, well, they won't be able to OTK you, because Upstart Goblin, you probably gave them, like, if you activated at least one of these, your opponent has more life, meaning that you won't be taking any damage due to the effect of Chicken Game. The player with the lowest life points takes no damage. So it's your insurance policy that if you activated Upstart and your opponent might consider to OTK you, or try to OTK you, they have to get rid of this card. If not, you'll be able to have a second turn. So it's decent. Call by just for hand traps, and the black gold lefts because this card is broken. This card is the ultimate FT card against any deck, especially now because you're playing triple copies of Trust. So going first, you get hand trapped, you just set this, and even though your Sky Striker end board might not be that strong, let's say just a Widow Anchor, a 0 pop, the black gold labs is just a guarantee that you're not gonna lose for sure. So this card is also the best answer against the Liger Dancer in the Lunalight matchup. So this card is mandatory in the deck. So for the extra deck, it's just standard Sky Striker cards, access code, dark, because on many matchups where there's darks, you can just make a Asalia or Aselia, and then you're able to play Sky Striker because it's Sky Striker's monster. So you're able to summon your Hayate, attack, then dump engage, and do Kagari stuff. SP is really good, especially because if you're able to snatch Geo an opponent's monster with a Anchor or with a talent, and then just summon SP to out more stuff, and at the same time you can just Lemnis Gate this away. I mean, not Lemnis Gate, linkages away the SP. So that's really good. See, you can consider playing 2 Seek, but I never got to a situation where you need the second one. 3-0. I do believe that 3-0 is mandatory, especially now that you're only playing a copy of Lemnis Gate. You can consider playing 2 and Kata 0 to more extra deck space, but you do not want to see Lemnis Gate in your starting hand or just draw it. You prefer to search this where you need it, or just save this into a point where you actually need to send it to grave to set it with multi-row or for the link effect. But in some cases where you're not able to see Lemnis Gate because it was removed by Desires, you need 3-0. And that's the reason why I'm also playing 2 Shizuku. Because as you're able to see a card in my side deck, it's something relevant of the sort. And of course, 3 Kagari, the best card out of the extra deck with 0. 1 Kaina, because you want to see more names to shuffle with Lemnis Gate. And Hayate is Hayate, giving us an engine as well. As for the side deck, having copies of Hamp, which is a searchable kaiju for the deck, is really good on the Lunalight matchup. This is just strictly for the Lunalight matchup. Like, this card in theory, it's not good, but you want to have it because for Lunalight specifically. My hand trap of choice is Drone Lockboard, because if you're able to play on the mirror match, this is just wins you the game most of the time. At the same time, it's for the Mitsurugi, it's for Draco Tail, and as well for Lunalight, which is probably one of the hardest matchups for the deck overall. So just having that type of coverage for draw, it's good enough. I was considering Lancia over draw, but I see that multiple decks get hurt more than draw than Lancia, so draw is good enough for the current moment for the side. If you want to play another hand trap, if something else is not of your personal preference, it's okay. Triple Lightning Storm, like, come on. This card is back at 3. Why would you not play this at 3? I understand in the sense of Thrust is a card, but come on, you want to see this card when you want to break boards, when you want to get rid of the back row. So I do understand the Solemn Judgment is back at 1 now, but come on, it's Lightning Storm. 3 copies of Heatwave. Since we lost 2 copies of Solemn Judgment, which is a no-no Sky Striker card when going first, this card is broken. If you're able to draw this, and it's more consistent to draw because of the Magnifying Storm side trance effect in the draw phase to draw cards, because you're only able to activate this on main phase 1. Of course, that's a downside of Heatwave. If you draw it later on in the game, this card is dead. However, there's some game states where late game that if you have an established board already that it will be able to stop your opponent, this is just an insurance policy that you will win the game on the spot in that certain points. But if you draw this on your first opener hand going first, pull side deck, this is just FTK, because the main weakness of Striker are breakers. So what you do with this is just activate this, and then you just pass turn. And then if your opponent has nothing, or that there's safe back row to just for sure guarantee you don't die, you can just still play around it with your Sky Striker engine. And as well that there's a neat combo with Heatwave, that if you activate Heatwave, then you can just chain linkage, and then you just send the Heatwave to grave, and you're able to just summon 0. and have a 0 on your heat wave, and that 0 on your turn is they're able to search any striker card for the follow-up turn, which is ridiculous, really ridiculous. So that's a neat combo there. Area Zero and Hornet Drones. These cards are really good in the deck, but I do think that they deserve to play when you're going first, because you're not always guaranteed to win the die roll, and saying that you want to go second or first, it's really variable sometimes depending if you know what you're playing against. So for Area Zero and Hornet Drones, it's when I specifically want to go first, because seeing these cards going second, they're not really that good. Spiritual Water Art Aoi. This card is broken. That's the reason why we're playing in second Shizuku, because just having extra knowledge, this is another trust target you're able to set going first if you get hand trapped besides Blackout. And this is an ordinary Solemn Judgment, because right away on the draw phase you can just activate this, tribute Shizuku, and then if you have linkage you can just chain linkage. If they have no response, send the Aoi, and then you're able to summon a 0, and you basically get free hand knowledge and rip a card out of the hand for free without monsters being lost. So this card is really good. Barrier, it's Barrier. I was playing 2 copies of this, but after testing overall, you have another great trust target, which is Blackout, that sometimes is even better than the Barrier. So just having access to this and just one the Barrier is more than enough. And Judgment is Judgment, like it's standard no. So that's the Striker pure list I want to show you guys, but I just want to share as well a quick list for another variant of Sky Striker, being Runick Sky Striker MST. Alright, so this is the Runick MST Striker list. So there's another variant of the deck where if you believe that OTKing with Striker is not your thing, but you want to stall games, well, this the list is for you. This list, I would really not recommend it to use it on the big events, due to the fact that many players do not understand the current new time procedures, and they may not consider scooping against you at all, and this is the main downside of this deck. However, I just think that this deck is really unfair when it pops off. So for the profile, triple full willows, 1 ray, 1 rose. Full willows, it's pretty much your insurance policy for this deck going second, because if you're able to see we're not playing any type of breakers on the deck, you're pretty much are relying to break your opponent's board with the Runick cards and the Sky Striker cards. So just having copies of Fuwa is to guarantee you to see this type of cards, and to stop your opponent from playing is really decent. 1 ray, 1 rose, due to the fact that you do not want to see these cards in the deck. It's not that they're bad normal summons, it's just that you want to just keep them on the deck to summon them with 0. And at the same time, you want to see your spells rather than this. So that's why you're only playing 1 and 1. Then for the entire deck, it's just standard 1 call by, triple droplet, triple copies of minus Fine Storm Side Trance, 1 MST. For the Runick cards, 1 Runick Destruction, triple Flashing Fire, 2 Runick Fountain, 3 Freezing Curses, 3 Slumber, 3 Tip. This is your standard 15 card Runick engine. You do not need any other Runick cards. The other Runick cards are not worth it if you're not playing pure. So I do believe there's a correct ratio. And also the reason you're only playing 1 Runick Destruction now, because you're able to play MSC now and it's searchable. For the Sky Striker cards, just triple Widow Anchor, a multi-roll. You're able to cut this multi-roll, and if you want to grind more, you can play the second Limnus Gate. But I do think that having the recurrence of the Striker cards, it's good with multi-roll. And also, the multi-roll effect, it's with your spell cards, with the activations of your spell cards for the rest of the turn. So having that reassurance as well for multi-roll is really good. To protection for your Runick cards too. Triple Engage, triple Linkage, the 1 Limnus Gate, and the 1 Blackout. Even though you're not able to set it with Trust, if you're able to draw it, you're able to discard it with Hugin, as well with Droplet. So that's really good and worth to play. For your extra deck, 1 Gary, triple Hugin. You no longer need Munin, sorry, because the time rolls are different now. You don't need the Mutant effect in end phase. You gain life points in this deck, honestly. So just having multiple copies of Hugan to protect your back row. So that's the decent part of this, of the Runick engine. The Runick engine helps you beat breakers, because the main concern with Striker is that you do not want to get Lightning Storm, you do not want to get Dustered. So just able to summon Hugan for free on the deck is really good, and having that type of protection. One Azalea, one Hayate, triple Kagari, one Kaina, two Chisuku, one Seek, and 2-0. And for the side deck, just being 2 Lava Golem, because if you're able to notice, we do not have any outs to again, to a Towers monster like Lunalight. And the pure version you're able to do with Black Gold and an Access Code. However, with a Lava Golem now, since we're not playing Access Code here, Lava Golem, you're able to draw it out of your Fuwa, or you're able to also draw it out of your Magnifying Storm Side Trance effect. And Lava Golem just clears those type of boards. So, and as you notice, we're not, even if you draw Ray and a Lava Golem, you're not gonna suffer out of it, because you're obviously do not use your normal summon in this deck. Triple Draw Unlocked Bird, again, just more answers for those type of decks for the bad matchups. Heatwave, it comes back as well, and as you notice as well with Heatwave, with linkage, you're able to do Runick, any Runick card to summon Hugan out of your deck in the standby phase or in the draw phase, so the Heatwave doesn't affect you in that type of scenarios. So drawing both of these, it's really good. Again, you need breakers, since at least any type of spell and trap and monster breakers. You can consider playing a 2 Lightning Storm to Raigeki over the 3rd Lightning and the 2nd and the Duster, but that my preference is always 3 Lightning Storm and a Duster. Again, since we're not playing Thrust, you do want a CD barrier, so you want to play 2 of these and a copy of Solemn Judgment. So yeah, this has been my Sky Striker profiles overall. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Please support the Purple Haze YouTube channel by subscribing, liking, and sharing this video. I hope it has been informative, and I hope you enjoy breaking those boards. So see you all to the next video.